Hello dear students, good morning to all of you. As we have completed in business studies till chapter 4, it means till business services. Now, as we know, we have to appear or we have to prepare for PA1 examination, and for this purpose, we are starting our revision work. And again, in this revision term, I am going to make this video notes for you for the purpose of revision for those students who have not seen or who have not observed the last video or who have joined late the 11th class. So dear students, after watching the video, whenever you will find any kind of difficulties, any problem in the subject, you can directly call to me or you can ask to me by the text. Thank you. Now, first of all, we are studying the business studies. So first of all, the purpose of the business studies is what? So before starting the knowing about the purpose of the business studies, first of all, we should know about the purpose of the business. It means why we are going to make the business. If we are going to start the business, so before starting the business, first of all, we have to know about the related activities. It means how many kinds of activities are classified. So on the basis of nature of the business or on the basis of the human activity, basically human activities are divided into two parts. First is economic activities and second is non-economic activities. So economic activities are those activities which are related to the the earning of the human being. It means they are doing each and everything for earning their livelihood, for their survival. These are known as economic activities. And non-economic activities are those activities which are meant or which are performed by the human being for their satisfaction. Social needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, to satisfy these things. Suppose that if we are feeling bad for the society by seeing the poor people or backward people or those people who are not in good condition, and if we want to do anything, if we are doing anything for them for satisfaction of our mind, our heart, our emotions, then it is known as non-economic activities. So dear students, we will know about the economic and non-economic activities on the basis of the difference so that it can be clear for all of us. So basically economic activities are the which are completely based on the earning of the money or for the creation of the wealth. But non-economic activities are those activities which are related to the social, psychological or emotional needs, satisfaction of the social, psychological and emotional needs. We can take so many examples regarding economic and non-economic activities. If people are working in the factories, cooking food in restaurants, if I am teaching even though to all of you in the school, either offline or online, so it is also for the purpose of earning livelihood, earning money, creation of wealth. So it is economic activities or any other, not I'm talking about only myself, but also those people who are engaged in any kind of activities for the purpose of earning livelihood, they all are known as economic activities. Suppose that if a rickshaw puller is pulling the rickshaw, that is also for the purpose of economic activities. If people are selling vegetables, fruits, or people are running shops, then it is also a kind of economic activities. But the example of non-economic activities are different from the economic activities. They are doing maybe the same work, but not for the purpose of money, but not for the sake of the money. Suppose that a housewife cooking food for her family, a teacher training his daughter at home, a nurse is taking care of her own child, then it is a kind of non-economic activities, because here the motive, the purpose of providing these services are not for the motive of earning money, earning profit, or earning livelihood, but they all are doing for the sake of their family, for betterment of their families, for proper care and nourishment of their families. So these all are a kind of non-economic activities. So dear students, now I think you have a clear-cut view regarding economic and non-economic activities. Now let us start about the business, because we are studying business studies. So in the business studies, first of all, why we are studying business studies, why this subject has been given the topic or title as business studies, since it is clear by its name. In this book, in this subject, we have to learn about the different types of business, process of establishment of different types of business, their needs, their importance, their limitations, and how this business can run successfully, and how this business will affect the market, and how it can be wind up. So basically, dear students, in business studies we will learn about the different kinds of business, the way of the formation of the business, and the way of the winding of the business. So first of all, if we are talking about business, so first of all we have to know about the business. So business refers a kind of economic activities. As we know that we are introducing the amount of capital in the business, if we are introducing some money in any activities, and for the purpose of earning profit, for the motive of earning profit, but not for satisfying psychological or physical or emotional needs, so it is a kind of business. Suppose that if we have started a shop for the investment of rupees 1 lakh, with the motive that this shop will help in earning the livelihood or earning the profit, then it is also called a business. So basically business can be defined that all those economic activities which are done for the purpose of earning profit, which involve the production, procurement, or purchase of goods and services. So dear students, in simple way, business can be defined that all economic activities which involve purchase of goods or sale of goods, or production and procurement of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. This motive must be there. If the business is, or if any activities are performed for the motive of serving the society, then it cannot be business. So for the business, profit motive must be there. Now, as we have discussed about the definition of business, we find some characteristics, some features of the business, and that is, first is it is economic activities, because it is completely related with the object of earning money. Second is production or procurement of goods and services. As I have already discussed in the definition that business is related to the production or procurement of goods and services because it is concerned with the transfer of goods and services. Until or unless goods and services are not going to be transferred, then it is quite impossible to earn money, earn profit. So if we are talking about the production or procurement of goods, it can be uh, we can take the example like different organization, different business who are providing goods like chips, kurkure, like Haldiram, Bikaji or something else. These are doing the business of providing goods, production and procurement of goods. And production and procurement of services, it includes transportation, banking, insurance. So if we are talking about the goods, so it may consist consumable items as well as capital items too, as we have taken the example of consumable items. But it does not mean that production and procurement of goods means production of only consumable items. No, only consumer goods item is not there. We can also take some examples of capital goods oriented, like automobile industries, like production and procurement of automobiles, like motor vehicles, transformers, heavy technical items, etc. Next is sale or exchange of goods and services. Business does not mean that each and every business enterprise should be involved in production and procurement. Business can be done by sale or exchange of goods and services too. Nowadays, it is known as the trade. So, you can see so many traders are there in the market who are not going to produce the goods. Like if we are if we find so many shopkeepers side the road or in the lane or in the street or anywhere in the market, they are not going to produce the goods. Simply they are going to purchase the goods and they are going to sell the goods. It means they are going to make the business of the exchange of goods and services over there. They are not going to produce any kind of goods. They are not going to involve in production and procurement of goods and services. Simply they are going to make the exchange or provide a platform where goods and services can be exchanged between the seller and the buyer. Now the next point is dealing in goods and services at a regular basis. Dealing in goods and services at regular basis, it means for business there must be a regularity. There must be a regularity. It means business must be done at regular basis. Business must be done at continuous basis. Business does not mean that whenever we think that we should have to start the business, we can continue and after that we have to wind up the business. No. So business must be on the regular basis. Now the next term, that is profit earning. This is one of the most important point of the business, that each and every business enterprise should be established for the purpose of earning, because a business cannot survive without making profit. If a business is earning continuous loss, if a business is providing services to the society but not getting any kind of earning, then it is kind of service motive without the earning and it cannot be known as business. So if the business is there, there must be the motive to earn profit so that they can survive in the market. And as we know, the Charles Darwin has said that survival for the fittest. So if the business have to survive in the market, then they must have to earn profit. Those business enterprises who are earning more and more profit, they are more successful and they are surviving easily in the market with a goodwill. Now for example, we can take so many companies name like Tata, Reliance, mm, Wipro. So so many companies are there. Microsoft. There are so many companies there who are running in the which are running in the market successfully because their profits are larger than the other. So profit must be there. Next is uncertainty of return. Uncertainty of return means business cannot be expect that if the business has invested such money, and the and as we know, of course, that objective is to earn profit, but each and every one or the business enterprise cannot decide that how much they are going to earn the profit during the year. So it is uncertain, and so many times we expect the profit, but so many times it may be the possibility of the losses. So in business, uncertainties are there. Now the next term is, that is element of risk. So all the business activities carry some elements of risk because future is uncertain and business has no control over several factors like strikes, fires, theft, and change in consumer tastes, etc. Dear students, as we know that each and every day, each and every business enterprise faces different kinds of each and every business enterprise faces different kinds of risk, and if they are going to control over these factors, if they are going to control over the risk factors, they must gain some profit and they must survive in the market. So dear students, these were few basic features of the business. Now if we are talking about the economic activities, so it has been divided into three parts. As we have divided, first of all, the human activities, that is divided in two parts, economic and non-economic. Now economic activities is going to be divided in three parts. First is business, second is profession, and third is employment. So first of all, as we have discussed about the business, so simply we have discussed about the business that it deals in production and procurement of goods and services, selling or purchase of goods and services with the motive to earn the profit. So simply it is business as we have discussed it. Now the next term of the economic activities, that is profession. Profession means those people who are using their special knowledge or skill in the occupation to earn their livelihood, to earn money, like doctors, lawyers, accountant. Even though teachers are also a kind of professionals, and that's why teaching is also known as teaching profession. So it is also a kind of economic activities. If I am teaching, I am using my own skill. Each and every teacher who are teaching, they are using their own skill, their own knowledge for earning their livelihood. So it is also a kind of profession. Now employment, so it refers the occupation in which people work for others and get remuneration in return. In this term, dear students, people are going to work in the market. Sorry, people are going to work in any organization under the ownership and under the superior and subordinateship, where they have a fixed working hour. They are going to work for fixed time and they are going to get remuneration for their work. So it is known as employment. So there are, today we know that so many organizations are releasing the employment opportunities in their department, like railway, aircraft, or in different organizations. So people are going to work over there. They are working for 6 to 8 hours and they are getting a certain amount as a return each and every month. So this can be assumed as the employment. So dear students, now I think you all have got the term very clearly regarding the business. Now I think it is clear to you all. Still, if any doubt, you can contact to me, you can call to me. Thank you.